Hey everyone, welcome to Gray Man Prepping. It is now time for Tactical Tuesday, and tonight's topic is 12-volt power hacks. And how's everybody doing out there?
There we go. Now we can see me.
Get up here to the comments.
Hi, everybody in the chat.
And if anybody in the chat did not see Laura's premiere this afternoon, where they were putting in the sewer, not they, but their contractors were putting in the sewer and everything, check it out. Yeah, it's a long video, but you're watching them put the sewer in, measuring how the guys are setting it up, making sure all the pipes are level, they got the flow right. Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool to see your toilet go in. It's like, that's my toilet right there. It's going in.
Even though the toilet's not there, I will use it.
Yeah.
All right, let's see who's all in here. First one in was Gear Grinding 19, followed by Ginger Ninja, then Ryan the Gamer, then It's the Marshmallow Man, that's Lewis, and they're chit-chatting. Then Barry came in, Storms, Radios, and Cats.
Hello, Barry. Hello,
Gear. Here. Nate Mitch came in. Joe at Garden State Gardener is in the house.
Joe,
Joe, you're no longer in first place. Let's see.
Who's in first place?
I'll have to look at it.
No.
Shadow Scout Swede came in.
Hey, Shadow.
Kaylin Strain is here. Glenn, How to Garden is in the house. Prepper Chick in Texas. Hi, welcome.
Janice.
And Chipper66 is in the house.
Marshmallow Man.
Where to Be at Homestead. Hey, Janice. Rachel Knight. And
Skinner.
almost getting down there. It just jumped on me. Make sure I didn't miss anybody there. Everyone's okay. And Skinner Farms. And caught up. All right. So, for those of you who don't know, doing 1,000 subscribers, and the rules are on the video. You can go to the to the video downloads and you count back. It's been a couple weeks since I started it. Basically, the rules is you got to get somebody to join the channel and put in their comments, like Garden State Gardener sent me over, or Hedgehog's Homestead sent me over. And they got to watch 3 videos and do that. All right?
Hey, Petra and Passamaquoddy.
Hey, Passamaquoddy. And so, that's simple. You just get more. The more people you get to join, the more points you get. Every person you get to join, you get a point. And the prize, I'll just show you. The first place prize is this $80 book, the Survival Medicine Handbook by Doc Bones and Nurse Amy, and this is the color version. That's why it's more expensive. So that's the first place one, and then there's a bunch of Amazon gift cards that come after for the rest of them. But let me go over to the other page. The question was asked, so I'm going to toss it up there. Now, before I say off, someone looks at the numbers. Well, you have only gone up so much. Yes and no. My subscribers will go up. I get the emails from people subscribing, and boom, it goes down below what it was before. And then it goes up, and then boom. So I get all these people joining, but YouTube keeps knocking off the numbers, trying to keep you from getting to 1,000 too quick.
Yeah.
So
first bad, place, right around 1,000.
First place with 13 points right now is Chris Campbell. Second place with 11 points is Phelan Clan Wolf. Third place with 8 points is Garden State Gardener. Fourth place with Triple Threat is with 5 points. Then tied for fifth place is Rebel Canners, White Family Farm, Carpenter Self-Reliance, and Hedgehog's Homestead, each with 1 point. Okay. Kai, Chris, blah, blah, blah. Chris. Hey, Chris. And I've not seen one yet where someone has actually made a shout out video. And that's what's happened last time. Someone made a couple shout out videos, and all of a sudden they picked up 7 or 8 right then and there off that one video. Mm-hmm. So you guys, you do a shout out video, you have a chance to leap up there. But a lot of them are actually getting. I've got several that said, so and so sent me over from Facebook. So. Yeah, so a couple of them there are
Hey, Mary Beth and Ryan.
Hey, Mary Beth. Hey, Brother Donnie. Prep for Eternity Homestead.
Yep. Hey, Donnie.
All right, so let's get over here and cover this. This is going to be multifaceted as we go in here. Basically, we're talking about 12-volt hacks to cover you when the power goes out. Short, medium, upwards of a couple weeks. You think power out for a couple weeks? Well, yeah. Martha at Old School Prepper, she lost her power a year and a half ago in the storms there for 13 days, I think it was. Don at WD Glock and Roll lost his power there for a while. And there's some people down in the Gulf states have lost their powers during the hurricane season. It takes several days or a week or so for them to get their power back.
There's people up in Canada right now without power.
Yeah.
Because of snowstorms.
Yeah. All righty. So let's take a look at some of the stuff we got here. Lighting. So we're going to talk about basically lighting because that's the first thing everybody thinks about when power goes out. 12-volt hacks. Hey. These little LED lights, they sell it at car parts, truck repair places, the truck stops, stuff like that. And you can order them online. All right. They're not that expensive. And you hook it directly up to a 12-volt battery and you got light. Just that thing. You click a couple alligator clips, click, and you got light. Now, if someone notices has 3 things on it. Well, the white is the ground that gets screwed into the truck frame or the negative on the terminal. The other 2, one is the running light, like your tail light where it's just kind of a red, and the other one's the brake light where it's red. 2. Yes, all sorts of pretty colors. Now, the interesting thing about red does not travel as far at night. It's harder to see when someone has a red light on in their house. Yeah. That's why all the naval ships and stuff have red lights after dark inside. All right. And different shapes and everything on it. There's the pure white one. That's a backup light. It is bright, or a work light. They're bright. You can actually buy 12-volt LED screw-in lights for your campers and trailers and stuff like that. And you just need to get one of the fixtures and stuff and just connect it to a battery or whatever, however you want to run your 12-volt power. They have 12-volt fluorescent ones. And they got some pretty big 12-volt ones that are LED.
Yeah, those are pretty bright. The color is horrible, but who cares?
Yeah, and
in emergencies.
These are made for inside your camper. All right, where you just need to see where you're going so you don't stub your toe or mess something up. And you can actually buy replacement things and set it up and get stuff wired up for emergencies. Offshoot here for a second. A friend of mine back in Pennsylvania built his house, wired it, had the 220 or 240 coming in, went down into the basement. The range, dryer, and hot water heater were on 220. Everything else in the house, lighting wise, went to a transformer, took down to 12 volts, and he ran 12 volt lighting everywhere. All his chandeliers, everything in it was 12 volt. Low voltage, so there's kids playing with light switches and stuff don't cause problems. So yeah, you can do a house with both of them on it. Okay, 12 volts generally have a different style plug. The one up here in the middle on the top, that's a 120 volt, but on the left is the 12 volt. Down on the bottom here, these are different 12 volt ones and stuff. A deep cycle battery. Of course, the way the other stuff's coming down, still a deep cycle battery can give you a lot of juice for an LED light system to keep your house going.
For sure.
And we'll talk about how ways of charging that at the end here. Heating and cooling. They make 12 volt lap throws. For the car or whatever, but you can also use those in the house. But you need to have more batteries because these do suck the juice down. They got little heaters and stuff too. And like I said, they suck the juice down for you. You're just out running batteries off in the house. And you don't have a power source somewhere else to supply the 12 volt to it. And fans. Oh, yeah, I got two of these. These run on both 12 volt or a bunch of batteries.
Gil has two.
I got two. That. I got one in this bathroom window and one in the master bathroom window. So in the summertime, windows come up in the evening and it blows the hot air out. All right. Power. Ways to create power. We're going to be kind of interesting here. And I've been omitting stuff. I want to check here. Okay, here's a good thing I looked. I knew there was some reason I should look. Kaylin said the acid glass battery she got a couple years ago came with 3 12-volt lights that plug into the front of the battery itself.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And was there anything else here I missed here about lighting? Okay. No. All right. Get back down here. All right, let's go on to the next one here. So how many remember the old bicycles that had the little generator on it? You flip the button, it would go up against the wheel, and it would light your way at night.
Us old people do.
Yeah. Now they got little battery ones with LED lights in them. They'll never know the sound of the whiz of that little generator going around and the comfort it gave you.
Exactly. Yeah. And the faster you spin, the brighter it got.
Oh yeah.
It was so cool.
This idea came from Reed. His channel name at the time was Manifestations of Imagination. He's changed it. Froze.
And he froze.
He changed his channel name to Reedin, Reedin. And he does all sorts of solar stuff, all sorts of 12 volt stuff. And you can take a treadmill motor and turn it into a generator. Just by adjusting on it, putting a pulley on it, bicycle, whatever, and you could just do that.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Here's another one of the treadmill motors. Yeah. This one has the big rubber thing on it, so you could probably just up against the tire and get pedaling. Hey, Raquel, Cottonwood Ranch is in the house. Anybody else slide in here at the last? Okay. Oh, it's Our Abundant Life. How's it going? All righty. And next one here. There are different ways to set stuff up. You can use like those treadmill motors. They don't put out a lot of amperage, but they give trickle power to charge up batteries and stuff. I actually built one that I put a car alternator on. The first one I did, I got too big of an alternator, too many amps, and it is a bear to pedal. And yeah, the second one I just got to work up the gearing on it to get it to work. Put the grandkids to work pedaling. Yes, I said put the grandkids to work pedaling.
Yeah.
You want to watch your cartoons? Pedal.
Yep. There you go. That's a cool setup.
And here's a setup of it. Now, this little charge controller down here, that's actually from Harbor Freight from years ago. I actually got 5 of those from the the systems I used to, my first solar systems I put on the house. All right, and a little bit different view with a different controller on it, but yeah, easy to make to get your, and you get exercise at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy has a little bit more advanced controller system. The controller with the inverter, and he has on it the kilowatts, so he knows exactly how many watts he's drawing off of it, and has a voltmeter so you can see how much is coming in and everything else on it.
That's really cool.
And so this is the rubber tires just sitting right on top of the a rubber disc thing on the little motor there, little generator. And you can see how some of these lights work as they start pedaling and stuff, and the voltage going up on them and stuff. There is a bunch of videos out there on how to do this, folks.
It'd almost be better to have it with your hands, because then you don't need such a big space for it.
Well, see, that one he's doing with his hands, if you would mount that to a 18-inch square piece of plywood, you can sit in your chair and pedal it.
Yeah. Exactly.
And you can use these to charge up your portable power stations, aka solar generators. They're not really a generator; they're just a. But what these things are here is, if I go back here, it is. Go back to one of these ones that had the battery. It is the battery, the charge controller, and the inverter, all in a box. Hey, for what you pay for that big one, that little itty bitty one, you can buy the parts to make a bigger one. Yeah. Seriously.
And it's probably, well, I don't know. Batteries are pretty expensive now.
And it depends. Well, some of those little ones had little itty bitty batteries.
Yeah.
And so let's get down here. Okay.
I don't know how big ours is.
Yeah. Like this one here, this is a little battery about this big. Square, one of little square batteries. And most likely it's a sealed glassed matte battery. Acid glass matte battery. Ooh, I get my tongue tied here. All right, so yeah. And somebody was saying that they're. I was saying that these are actually ones you can buy. They just got to hook stuff up to. They provide power. Someone says you can. Some of the bicycle ones that have the big metal wheels up there. Supposedly you can tie into it because it's using the magnetic as a resistance. You know, as it pedals faster, it creates its own electromagnetic to try to slow it down. But that's a little bit above my pay scale. And of course, Harbor Freight has a good to go system. You can go in there, 100-watt system. Each panel is 25 watts. Has a charge controller down here at the bottom. Comes with 2 LED lights, 12-volt lights that plug in down here, and they got a bunch of connection things to connect everything together for you.
And how much is that?
All right. 2 years ago, when I talked about this, I just got a coupon from Harbor Freight for this setup for $149. I think they're $229 now.
Okay.
Remember that price. I got something to show you afterwards. You can go and build your own real easy. You can buy the charge controller off Amazon. You can buy a inverter from anywhere, including Harbor Freight. You can buy the battery at Walmart, Sam's Club, any auto parts store. You want to get a deep cycle battery. This is the cheap way of doing it. And some of you get two. They'll put batteries in series. This 30 amp controller up here in the corner, I got several of those. I've used those. Those work great. And I have a Cobra one. That's I have a bigger Cobra one than that one. Mine is the 1500 3000 watt surge. And this is a voltage regulator thing, so you can see what the voltage is going from which where and what everything on it. And that's it there. So let's come back here. Why I close that out.
That's
Come
cool.
on. There we go. And I'm going to bring up something else here to show you. Because I just got, when I was ordering something today, I got a message from Amazon. One of the items in your cart, in your save for later cart has dropped in price. Okay, let me see if I can find it here. Here we go. Oh, come on. Now they say it's unavailable. Really, I got the message saying it dropped in price. And now it's saying, I'm going to see if it'll bring something else up here. It'll bring up another one version of it. Here it brings up. Okay, this one, this is a 2-pack. This is a 2-pack. Okay, so price is good. Yeah. All right, so this is a, each of these panels is 100 watts. So it's a 200 watt system, 2 panels, 179. So it's 200 watts. So basically that's $90 a panel.
Wow.
Okay, and there's the information on it there. And all it is panels, no charge controller, nothing else. And generally, that's how I buy my panels. I just buy them when they're on sale. And when I get sell them together, I'll put them all together, hook it up, and I'll buy a charge controller, put on it, and charge my batteries. So, and rich solar is becoming more popular. Several people, including Reed, have tested them out, and Reed says it actually performs better than his Renology or Renology ones or whatever. So if it performs better than that, which is the name brand one, and it costs less, it's a good deal. So
you would just plug that into a battery source.
So what you would do,
pack.
here, let me go back to it. So what you would do is, if you had, let me get a panel. So on the back here, you got the plugs down there at the bottom, and you can get all the pieces here on Amazon and other places. But Amazon is pretty much the cheapest if you look for the right ones, because they'll have the exact same one being sold by a different seller for half the price. So, and what you do is you connect some of those together, and you get the long cord, plug in there, run it down to a charge controller. Let's see if it has a charge controller shown down below. So you can get some splitter cords like this here. And so you can put the 2 panels together.
Nice.
Run it into a extension cord. And let's see here. They got the charge controllers. It's not going to show the... So here they gang a bunch of them together. Where's charge controllers? It's not showing. Usually they'll show charge controllers. So we will do this. I always click all departments because sometimes they'll be in a different department cheaper.
Yeah. I've noticed that too on Amazon.
Yeah. So CHARGE, charge and GR, controller for solar panels. Boom. And there's different charge controllers, and they're based on amps. This one here, this Renogy is a 20 amp. This next one's a 10 amp. This next one's a 30 amp. Oh, wait a minute. This 30 amp is cheaper than this one or that one. This 10 amp, 80 amp. I do have a couple 80 amps, different brand than that. But the way it works is, go to this one here, so it looks like I have a good picture. All right, so you can see right there, those 2 ports on the left are for where your solar panel comes in. The 2 in the middle is to the battery, and the other 2 is when you have a light source going out.
Okay.
Now, some of them don't have the light source on it. They just have the four wires, because most people pull off the batteries direct with the inverter, because the inverter has a bigger cable on it. So let's go like this. Inverter for solar panels. We'll just do an inverter for solar system. SYSTEM. All right, so they got big, huge monster ones. Yeah, you're not going to be spending them on these. You're going to go down to these cheaper ones. 3,000 watt pure sine wave. You want to get a pure sine wave, not a modified sine wave. A modified sine wave one for 3,000 watt runs about half the price. But a pure sine wave goes up and down nicely. The other one goes, it's stepped, and it doesn't give you things. Some motors absolutely hate it. Computers hate it to the max. Any type of special electronics hate the modified. Hey, Mac and Patty, how's it going? And so they come in different ones. I have my eye on a 5,000 pure sine wave one for later on. I'm not getting it yet till I got everything set up. That's going to be the last piece I get. But they also have some of them that are set up where you get two of them, and you can connect an adapter in between, and all of a sudden now you have 240 volts, not just 110. Yeah. So you can actually, if you have enough battery stuff, you can actually run your electric dryer, your electric range, your electric water heater, to do stuff. Yeah, Kaylin's right. Wouldn't touch a modified sine wave inverter. So those are basically.
She's so smart. Why is she up here?
Those are the three things you need: panel, charge controller, inverter, and then whatever you use for batteries. And there are a lot of things on batteries. Let me share something here with you here. Go back to the top. Actually, let me pull it off here because I got some things that I have top secret. Lighting. I got some because I got Christmas presents and stuff hidden there in case one of them was going, ooh, what? So here we go. Solar. Solar's. I got this as a public one on my account. So, all right. So I'm looking for different things. All right, solar. Actually, solar for charging AA and AAA batteries. That's on my wish list here. Cool. Solar powered, motion detector lights. But I'm going down here farther, and I got the lugs and stuff I need. Panels. New power. That's and this is where I got my lights. Come on, where's the other stuff down here? Here we go. Here's my 5,000 watt inverter. It's $499. This is a pure sine wave one, and it converts to 240 volt. This one by itself. I don't need to have two of them. Wow. I'm paying $500 for that one. Yeah. This one was a 20,000 watt. Yeah, 20,000 watt inverter. Peak 5,000 watt continuous. So you can put something in there like an electric dryer or an electric range. When it first kicks on, it surges and it picks that up. Where are the batteries? Okay, so they don't know when they're going to get it back in. Renology has their 100 amp hour for RV, marine solar ones. Did I move those elsewhere? Shoot, I may have. Charge controllers. All right, here we go. Down to some of the batteries. Go to this one here. This is one of the better ones around. At the time, the amp hour, 100 amp hour, 12 volt lithium iron phosphate battery. The cycles on this is 3,000 to 5,000 cycles. That means when you take it from fully charged to fully dead 3,000 times. And then it's at 80% capacity. So, there's a bunch of different ways of doing these. So there's a bunch of other ones. Now let me pull
That's
up
expensive,
here.
though. I mean, I guess
that's going to last you 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
Because even more than that, because 3,000 cycles, you're not going to drain a battery all the way down in a year.
Yeah.
Especially if during the daytime it's being tricked, the power's coming in, it's going to pull the power coming in before it starts killing the battery. So, yeah, a battery like this will last, at least 30 years under normal conditions. I mean, maybe more. So,
hey, Hookah.
Oh, it's her! It's CB! Hugo Homestead. She's ready to rumble.
She's got the cutest little dog in her picture. That's so cute.
All right, so yeah, there's some other ones for solar stuff. The YouTube channel the go-to is Minute Man Prep. That's Ben Gilmore, and he just got some stuff in here. I don't know if I have it up here. Do I have it up here? I thought I saved stuff. I got to check my other bookmarks to see where I put it at. Prepping, cooking in a solar. Yes. Okay, so I got two of them here to show you here. Hang on a second here. Got to go back in. I'm going to show you these two other. These are ones that he just got sent to him to review because he's that reviews so much stuff all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And he says both these work fantastic. He has not found anything bad about these. First one is Amper Time, and they sent him two of the this one here on the left.
Wow.
Yeah, prices come down on some of these from the companies that are dealing straight with it, not through YouTube. I mean, not through Amazon.
Yeah.
So. And if you want to get the 200 amp hour one, it's actually look at the price difference here. $330 to $450. So you save $10 by getting the big boy.
Mm-hmm.
So they also sell them. They also sell them with the charger, the wall charger. You plug it in and it charges, keep them peaked off. That if you don't have solar cells. Kaylin, you hear that? Since you're in an apartment, you can't put up solar panels. This thing here, you get one of these and you plug it in and it keeps it charged all the time. And when the power goes out, then you have a fully charged battery to use.
Yeah.
The other one here is Power Queen. Get rid of that. And this is the 200 amp hour and it's at $619. So it's even cheaper. And they got all sorts of different sizes as well. But this packs here and the price goes down. I mean, you start saving more money per, save $62 by getting that third battery. Save $370 over buy them individually by buying 4 batteries at one time.
Right.
So those are some of the ones. He did reviews on these. Ben did reviews on these on his channel about 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Maybe 3 weeks ago. So that's Minute Man Prep YouTube channel. And tell them Gray Man Prepping sent you over there. So there are battery solutions. The battery solutions are getting cheaper and cheaper. They're coming down faster on these lithium iron phosphates than they are on lead acid batteries. In fact, lead acid batteries are going up. The golf cart batteries that I've been using out here are going up in price, so much so that the next time I'm buying batteries, I'm not buying golf cart batteries.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be, instead of buying 4 golf cart batteries, I'm going to buy one of these bad boys for the 300 and what was it here? for the $330, and that's cheaper. That's cheaper than buying 2 golf cart batteries. And the life cycles on these are a lot more than the golf cart batteries, and these can handle the cold weather a little bit better than the golf cart deep cycle batteries can. Yeah. And sometimes you can pick up you figure out how many watts you need, and then you get an inverter that handles that many watts. So and then some. So if you need to have, looking at your, I need to keep my laptop charged. I need to keep and you figure out what other things you need to run, and I need to run some extension cords for my little LED lights and stuff. So I need probably at peak running time, I need an inverter that's going to run about 750 watts max. Well, you get a 1,000-watt inverter.
Wow.
Or you get a 1,200-watt inverter, because you don't want to max out your inverter to the max output you need to draw.
Right.
Because that you're using it at its max, which means it's heating it up to its capacity. You do something, use it half strength. It never warms up hardly at all, and it keeps itself cool. So
that makes sense, though. I mean, you don't. Yeah.
It's like the same thing like with a gasoline generator. Mm-hmm. You don't run it at full capacity all the time. You try to run it at least 2/3 to half capacity. Yeah. It's easier on the engine. It's easier on the generator winding unit and stuff itself. Hey, Tammy, it's Rebel Canners in the house.
That's why we're getting a bigger one this time, so that they're not running it at full. Yeah.
And what's neat about a generator and these batteries, you can get the fast charger for these batteries, and you plug it into the generator. The generator's running for an hour. Turn the generator off, and now the batteries will last you for 7-8 hours that you're not using your gasoline up on. Yeah,
that's true.
And so you can combine things a whole bunch of different ways to get the most out of it for you. Now, anybody in the side chat, question time. Ask me questions. Any questions about stuff, and I will try to answer it. And first of all, to hit the first question, probably, yes, I have them back on again. I am wearing the special glasses here to block out the blue light from the computer, because I've been working hard on the computer most of the day. I went out and filmed some videos. I've uploaded videos, but I'm editing books, so I'm staring at the type words. So the blue stuff, the blue light emission from the monitors here and stuff can give you headaches if you stare at it too long.
Yes, indeed.
And I've been staring at this thing for about 8 hours today.
Oh my goodness.
Off and on, going out doing stuff, come back. Why is the sky blue? Well, the sky used to be blue because of all the oxygen and water vapor particles in it, along with the hydrogen, nitrogen, and other chemicals up there that reflected the light coming from the sun, and they take on a blue hue, just like a clear mountain lake turns blue when it's actually clear. It's because the reflection of the light.
Hello, suburban hillbilly. Did you think you were going to get an answer, Barry?
Gear,
there you go.
Charge the car for me. No, but I'll tell you how to do it when you're ready to charge it. They do make they also do make small trickle charger solar panels for the lead acid and lead glass.
And for these things.
Yes. But I'm talking about specifically for the lead acid batteries.
Everything's heavy.
Whether they're the acid glass mat or whatever. The acid batteries, they make trickle chargers that do have a sulfifier mode on it. That's because basically the sulfuric acid, when you're charging it, kicks off some of the particles, and it can coat the lead panels with sulfur and reduce their effectiveness. And these keep it from it does something to it, and it keeps the battery from doing that.
Yeah.
So for your car that's parked a long time that you hardly ever use, your RV with the batteries in it for that, you put those on for that.
Yep. Or if you're just in a freezing cold zone where you want to charge in that battery or put a heater or something on that battery. I forget what they do with that.
Cool, Barry. Yeah. I the problem is I can get a blue thing for my small monitor over here. I can't get one for my 32-inch monitors.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I do most of my workouts on my 32-inch monitor, because I don't like this. I like to see the page I'm typing on full size where I can still read it without having to put on a second or third pair of glasses.
Just watch what we're doing, mister, because we can see it, though.
Huh?
We can see what you're looking at.
Yeah, you can see I'm looking at me and Laura. I'm looking at still looking at the Queen Power over here on that one.
Mm-hmm.
And CB has the filter cheaters as well.
Man, that dog's cute, CB. Man, oh man.
Now, one of the things I'm thinking back here, right? Let me go pop it up again here. Take a quick look through here. Other than that one Duracell charging unit it showed there on the slideshow, I went through it. All the batteries they were showing in there are lead acid batteries. That's how old some of these videos and stuff I sampled the pictures from. I haven't seen any new ones showing like the pedal power. Actually, let me go ahead and put this up here.
Mm-hmm.
Like the pedal power bike, charging a lithium iron phosphate battery. They're always charging.
A lead acid battery.
The lead acid batteries. Lead acid battery. Because people buy those. These guys are going on the cheap.
Mm-hmm.
The way the price of a lead acid battery is nowadays, and the price of these lithium iron phosphates we just showed, they're almost comparable. Mm-hmm. And a lead acid battery has 300 to 500 cycles in it, period. Whereas the others have 3,000 to 5,000 lifetime cycles in it. So you figure that it's going to last 10 times as long. You're going to spend 10 times as much money buying battery after battery, year after year, replacing it. So let's see what else we got. Any of the other ones here? Yeah, so any of these pedal power ones, these other ones here, any type of thing you're going to use to make the kids exercise to produce power for the house. You want to have it charging you almost nowadays want to get a lithium iron phosphate battery because it's so much better in the long run. It's going to save you a lot of money.
Yeah.
And they don't deteriorate over time sitting like lead acid batteries do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The little doggy is spoiled, sleeping in the laundry room.
Yep.
Oh, and yeah, that's the thing. On the lead pros and on the lead acid batteries, you don't want to take them down below halfway to dead, because once you're below that part, it starts damaging the lead cells inside. And also, you can start charging the lithium iron phosphate sooner after it's gone down than you can the lead acid. Lead acid, you got to let it sit to make sure it cools down enough so you can recharge it.
It's called a battery blanket. That's what Beatrice is. What's called a battery blanket?
I'm looking up here to see what
Very
he could have been. Yeah, I'm looking above it to see what he was talking about.
Oh, okay.
Oh, for your car battery. They got a little battery you put in your car battery, and you plug it into the wall like a block heater for
Oh,
the
is that
oil
what
pan.
you're? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. It's like that. Where is it here? There we go.
Yeah, like one of those.
It's like
That's what
that
you
for
were
your car
referring to.
battery.
Yeah.
Only it
yeah.
doesn't plug into the battery; it plugs into the
No.
house.
Like yes. Yeah. So
So,
your car starts in the morning.
Yeah, and actually the ones you have in the house, you plug into the wall and throw it in your lap. And you have, but I've actually used those inside the car in the wintertime sometimes when I needed the car to stay warm or the truck to stay warm and the temperatures were dropping below freezing. Because when the temperature gets down to 33 degrees in California, they're close to the San Francisco Bay where the humidity level is up high. You get ice all over your windshield, thicker than when I get it up here.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have that up on the dash, and I would plug it in on a timer, and it would come on about an hour and a half before I would go out to get in my car. And I get out there, and it's all slush, and it comes off of the windshield wipers, and I'm good to go.
I think it feels colder here in Tennessee when it's cold because of the humidity is so high here in Tennessee.
Yeah.
And so I have noticed that too. It's like you'll get a freeze over everything because of the humidity that's out. Yeah. Even though it's clear sky.
Yeah, that's what's interesting. Okay, our temperatures here, going into a little bit about this here, so much time talking about heat blankets and stuff. The temperatures here for, I think it's been 10 days since we had above freezing highs.
Mm-hmm.
It's been under 32 for about 10 days at least.
Yeah.
So all the humidity outside has been freezing on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And even though it's freezing on stuff, as the wind blows, it evaporates, and so you still got frozen moisture particles that are going melted, hot, frozen, melted, frozen, melted as it's blowing around in the air in the sunlight, because the sunlight will heat them up quicker. And then in the morning, they've settled on stuff again. Mm-hmm. Well, today when I went out there, there was absolutely zero frost on the windows of my truck.
Wow.
Of course, it was 9 degrees. So, it did not warm up above. I think the high yesterday was 24, 25 or something like that. And so it really stayed cold. And yeah, and I'm expecting the same thing tomorrow, which is tomorrow is another 90, or tonight is another 9-degree night. Wednesday's a 11-degree night. Thursday is a -2. Friday is a -2. Saturday is Saturday they warmed it up to 1. It was at 0. And Sunday night is a 7-degree.
It is cold here too. It is right now.
Yeah, from what I understand, the lithium iron phosphate handles the cold better than the lead acid.
It's going to be 28 tonight here, and then 22 tomorrow night. But we're in the 40s during the day.
Yeah.
Except for a couple days.
Yeah. And we the country as a whole that is getting hit by it, we have about 8 more days of this before that Arctic jet stream that's coming down just changes direction and does something else.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it. I've got my potatoes in the garage while this is going on.
And this is the type of thing that can cause power outages. Because if you have a cold front and then the moisture coming in from one of these hurricanes and it hits, all of a sudden all the power lines are going to have ice built up on them, and they're going to start stretching down and then breaking.
Nice. I can put my potatoes out then.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about below zero weather, but below freezing, I know they can still be charged.
Mm-hmm.
And also, there's another one out there that Ben talked about. It's a little bit more expensive than the lithium iron phosphate. I forget what it's called, but it's and it has a little bit higher life cycles, but it weighs a bunch more. It weighs like 25% more than lithium iron phosphate, and it can go down below zero and still be charged. I can't remember what it is, man. I have to go back and watch that video again.
Yeah.
And write that information down.
I'll have to wait until Wednesday, Barry. Yeah, during the day. Yeah.
Yeah. And here's what the temperatures we're getting right now here in southern Idaho. We usually don't get these until about January 15th.
Yeah. I'm just showing Barry.
Yeah.
Not bad. But
so yeah. I have a feeling that unless this is just a fluke passage of the storm here, it's going to get worse. And along that same lines, Ben Davidson was also put out another video today. He's been doing Q&A videos.
Oh yeah.
Lately, besides his morning one.
Mm-hmm.
And he says this time I'm answering the question and then telling you what the questions are. instead of taking questions from people.
Yeah.
And he said he talked about several news organizations and stuff talked about the aurora borealis that's going on right now. And the one was talking about, oh yeah, when the Earth gets hit by these particle storms from the sun, the borealis gets bigger. You see it farther. And by the way, right now we got this pink aurora going on. And like Ben was saying, the way we worded it went from one to the other made it sound like we're getting hit by one of these storms right now, and that's why we've seen the pink. There is no storm right now.
Mm.
This is it's just that there's the magnetosphere has taken such a hit, and it's allowing the little teeny surges, the little normal surges, to cause this, which normally happens when there's a big, massive storm.
Yeah.
So, what does that mean for our electrical grid?
Hi, Glenn.
I'm not going to preach fear porn. I'm just going to say, hey, make sure you have all your lamp oil. You have plenty of batteries, little batteries charged up for your flashlights. You have everything taken care of. If you have stuff in the freezer you're worried about, now's the time to start pressure canning. And get the meats and stuff canned up, and the vegetables canned up, everything out of the freezer into jars, so like last through the winter without having to be in a freezer.
Mm-hmm.
We face planted into winter. 70 degrees, 20 degrees. Yeah. Oh, yeah, 70 degrees.
Pretty much. It was almost 80 degrees here a couple of weeks ago. I was on my way to go see Stephanie. You guys know her. And it was like 76 or something outside. I'm like, wow. Okay. Yeah. And today it's freezing. So Monday when we were on our property with plumbing, it was really, really cold outside.
Yeah. One of the things I think that is hilarious in the fact that it's being pointed out by non-mainstream media, but it's out there mainstream. Mm-hmm. One of the daily comics that my wife and I like to watch is one called Zits, because the boy in Zits, Jeremy, reminds us so much of our oldest son.
Okay.
And Pierce and Jeremy were interacting about how hot it is in November, and he starts to go. He's all bundled up. He opens the door to go outside, and there's a camel standing out there. and a palm tree, and
Mhm. Yeah.
and his mom goes, "This is November now."
Yeah.
And the next one, he and Pierce are playing basketball and stuff, and he goes, "I can't believe it! It's the middle of November, and we got 80-degree weather." And
Mhm.
Pierce holds up his phone. He goes, "Had 80-degree weather," and it says 85.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting to see here in a week or two when it catches up to the artist, and all of a sudden, oh, we got 80-degree weather. Opens the door, and it's a snow blizzard.
Mhm. Yeah.
Because the comic guys are usually several weeks behind on stuff
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you how warm it is in my house right now. The kitties are all asleep, spread all across the living room, and they're not in your lap, and they're not on your computer. Yes, I get it. So when it comes to these 12-volt things and stuff, there are also a lot of gadgets you can get. There's 12-volt mixers. There are 12-volt microwaves. There are 12-volt blenders. Just about every kitchen attachment you can get, they have ones that run on 12-volt.
Yeah.
So, one is next to the laptop. I see. That's the one getting the fan where the fan's blowing the hot air out.
That's the one that always wants to be on the panel with us.
Yes, climbs up in his lap, and goes, "Love me, love me, love me."
It's like Norman.
But there are a lot of 12-volt things you can get for your house for things. Oh, they also make 12-volt hair dryers, ladies. 12-volt hair dryers, just what you need for the apocalypse.
And curling irons.
So they make those things in 12-volt, and that actually saves you power because you're not taking it from 12-volt up through an inverter, which uses power to get it up to 120 volts to plug your normal one in.
I don't think it works as well, though.
Yeah. All right. See a couple things here I want to touch on here. Last thing again. I'm going to drop this down so I can look at this over here. And drop that down and bring that up. Okay, so right now. Okay, I think I'm going to refresh that page. I thought the numbers have climbed. Maybe they started yanking. Wait. Okay, yeah. So we are 114 away from hitting the 1,000 subscriber mark here on Gray Man Prepping. And when we do, I got all those prizes to give away. And it's easy to get into it. All you need is get someone else to subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, and comment on 3 videos. They can be shorts. Hey, short videos. You can comment on short videos. Or they can.
Rachel Knight.
And say, whoever you are sent me, whether it's Rachel Knight, whether it's Storms, Radios, and Cats, Gear Grinding 19, Hugo Homestead, Hedgehog's Homestead. You get them to say who you are. Sent
Hey
me
guys,
over.
go ring the bell for me. Tell them I sent you over.
Yeah. Well, if most of them are in here, they're already subscribed.
I know.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
But so coming up here now, so tomorrow you're doing what's going on tomorrow for you? You got an interview?
I don't have an interview tomorrow. I'm just doing the 8:00 one.
Okay.
Yep. So we're just having fun tomorrow.
Yeah, 8:00 Central Time, right?
Yep. Unless anybody wants to be interviewed tomorrow. 8:00. No, 7:00 Central. Or 8:00 Central. Yes.
9:00 Eastern.
Yeah.
9 Eastern.
9 Eastern.
Okay, let's see what we got here. So that's tomorrow, Thursday night at 11:55 Eastern here on Gray Man Prepping is the Midnight Ride. And I got a couple news articles, that affect the nation. I'm going to be chatting about real quick, coming from California. And then we're going to go into wherever it goes to. What people want to talk about, gardening, snow, sunny beaches, Caribbean cruises, pirate cruises around Somalia. But then Friday night on Camp Patton Family Compound, we have it was going to be the 3,000 subscriber giveaway. We blew right through that. It's going to be the 3,500 subscriber giveaway. And the way things are looking right now, I may by Thanksgiving have to do a 4,000 subscriber giveaway. So I've added a whole bunch more prizes to this Friday's giveaway. And
Rachel Knight, what are you talking about? AM or PM? Are you talking about for interviews? Because I do a 1 o'clock Central Time, which is 2 o'clock Eastern interview.
Which is 2, 1, 12.
I don't know what that is.
10 o'clock, should be 10, no, 10, 9, should be 9 o'clock Hawaii time.
Yeah.
9 a.m. I think. So, anyways, that's what's coming up there. I am working on trying to get Ben Gilmore to come up here in the next week or two to talk about generators versus solar generators. They're actually portable power stations, and the difference between all the different portable power stations. If I can get Ben up here, I'll probably wind up being a 2-hour go with Ben here. So I'm working on that coming up here. If anybody has any ideas for topics for either here or over on Camp Patton Family Compound, email me, either email, and I'll add it to the schedule. Right now I'm scheduled out through, I got the schedule up here filled out through January 3rd. So January 6th is the next open spot for topics. But I can move things around. If it's a really hot topic, I will shuffle things around for it. All right. And I want to thank Laura for coming up here. And I want to thank everybody in the side chat for their comments, coming in and supporting and throwing out comments and information. All righty. So in the meantime, everyone, stay happy no matter what life throws at you, even if it's -0 temperatures. Stay safe. Don't go out and do anything foolish like trying to drive high speed in the snow. And keep adding to your preps. Water, food, skills, knowledge. Hot chocolate, coffee, tea, hot apple cider.
Yeah. Warm things.
Warm socks. We got a question there before any late Tuesday night chats? Well, after tonight, I don't know anything going on tonight. I don't know anything. Hey, Gear, if you want to host one, set it up.
There you go.
Hurry up, set it up, and get it out there. Let us know if you're going to do it so we can look for it.
Good night, Janice.
Yeah. So, all righty, folks. We'll see you around. Thank you for coming by, and we'll catch you tomorrow night at 9 Eastern on Hedgehog's Homestead.
Yes. Just for fun. Just for giggles.